Knights and Warriors. This is another playthrough of the Panzer game, and today I'm going to play scenario number 3, Crossing 2. This is virtually the same scenario as scenario 1, but with trucks, artillery and infantry units. So there will be a couple of new things, but the basic idea of the scenario is the same. So we have a company of tanks on each side, this time enforced with two motorized squads and two anti-tank guns, all carried by trucks, and we are going to win if we will capture all the crossings on the river, these two bridges and this fort. In the first time when I played the first version of this scenario with tanks only, Germans were starting from these zones and Soviets were starting from these zones. So I decided to switch in this play, and these are Germans who are going to start from the east and Soviets are going to start from the west. And like I said, we are going to see a couple of new things in this scenario. And all the infantry and guns are transported by the trucks. Infantry is in the trucks, while guns are towed by the trucks. And now there is some important thing that I didn't do before because there was no need for that, but now I will have to include it. It is the numbers of the vehicles. In the physical copy of the game, each vehicle, each squad has its own unique number, and that's why it is handy, because as you can see at the beginning of the game we have only trucks on the board and tanks. There are no infantry units and guns. So where are they? They are inside the trucks, or when it comes to guns they are towed by the trucks. And now let us go, and here you can see each truck with number 1 carries a squad of German, or on the Soviet side, Soviet infantry, and each truck with 3 and 4 carries one anti-tank gun. Also you may see that guns have no counters for the crews. Crew is included in the counter of the gun. And now, thanks to this, I don't have to set up all of them on the board as long as they are towed or transported. This makes the game a bit less messy, because you can have less counters on the board unless you are going to use them as independent units. And now we have to start our game and give our units a command. So now Germans have 7, and here we have 3 and 5, so it's 8, and here we have 7, so this is 8 and 7, this is 15. So we have 15 units. And one important thing, units that are towed or transported do not count to the number of the units when it comes to the order to the commands. If they are unloaded, then they count, but as long as they are out of the transported vehicles, they do not count to this number. So I count only the units here, and I do not count the ones there. So Germans have 15, and because of that they have 6 and 3, so 9 comments. And let me give them these 9 comments. So this will be movement comments, because well, I don't have much else to do for now, so I can give 9 movement comments. So these tanks are going to share the same comment, and here this stack there are 2 trucks and 3 tanks. So I will give tank another comment and trucks another comment. And the same situation here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now all the German units have their orders, and now let's go to Soviets. As for them, they have 3, 6, 8, 11, 14. So they have 14 units, and because of that they have 6 and 8 comments. Well, this shouldn't be a big problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5 and 6. Okay, so all our units have their comments now. So this ends the comment phase, and now we are going to the initiative phase. So we have to roll who is going to move first. Germans 81, Soviets 3. So Germans have initiative. That's quite a rare thing in my place, because I don't know how it goes, but in my place Soviets are mostly the ones who have initiative. Okay, so this means that we are starting with combat phase, and there is nothing to do in the combat phase because no one has shot, halt or fire command. And now we are moving to the movement phase, and now Soviets are first to move. So they are on the path, and due to this fact they have all 8 movement points. You may ask about this white number on these Soviet tracks here. This is a modifier for the box checks. Box are optional rule, so I'm not going to use it today. But if you are curious about it, this is an optional rule when your vehicle enters several kinds of terrain that forces you to take a box check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. They are following them, and these trucks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now here, these tanks, they are moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This tank also moves on 8, and these trucks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And but when they are on this hex, they are not changing their facing like that, but instead they are ending like that. So that's all for the movement phase. As for Soviets, now I can mark them all as moved. And now Germans. So these tanks, 1, oh no, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, sorry. No, 6. So they can only they are going to end their movement here. Now these 3 tanks, 1, 2, 3, they are moving 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. No, no clone, but reveal. And now these trucks, they have 8 movement points, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They would be 5 like this, and now they want to change this they change their facing freely by 1, but not in this direction. And then they have to spend additional movement points to move here, so it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, and 6. And now these 2 trucks, they are moving 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where they are going to finish their movement. So that's all for the entire Soviet German movement. So let's remove all the comment markers, and that's the end of the turn 1. So this is turn 2, and we are starting with comment phase, because with the battles on such a short range, spotting is not something that I really need to check. Germans, they have 6, 8, 6, 5, 8, 10, 12, 15. So this gives them 6 and 9 comments. And now I will give them short halt. They will get a movement. And now please notice these 2 units. First of all, one of them carries a gun, a truck number 2, and truck number 4. So to unload this gun, I need to give a movement comment to the gun. Truck doesn't even have to move. It's a unit which is towed must have a movement. And then next I'm going to give a truck that carries infantry another comment. So these are 4 comments. I have 5 comments left. First, I wonder if fire here would be suitable, or short halt maybe. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for the German tank it will be short range, and Soviet T-44, T-34-76 has an armor of 18. Okay, so I have a good chance to damage them. So I will give them short halt. And for these and these, they have a movement. Okay, so now that's all for the Germans, and now Soviets. First, they got a short halt. They got a movement. They have a movement. And here They have a movement, they take a short halt, they take a movement. So that's all for the command phase, and next we have to check for the initiative. So Germans 92, Soviets 25. So yet another turn when Germans have a victory. Good for them. But like I said, that's something new. Okay, so Germans can fire now. Let me now check for the situation. The range is 5 and there are 3 Soviet tanks here. I have 3 German tanks there. So each one fires on each of the Soviet tanks on the 5 range. So this is short, and I am with short halt. So this is -4. Enemy is moving. So this is -2. So this is -6 on the short. So this is 28. First hit, a miss. Second, a miss. And third, a miss. So they all missed. A situation here is probably the same, I believe. Range is 6. Yes, so this is virtually the same situation because this is a short halt movement. So again, we will need 28 or less to score a hit on these Soviets. So first one, miss, second one a miss, and third one a miss. So despite their first fire, Germans missed all their targets. And now Soviets. I believe this will be exactly the same situation because I am targeting these 3 tanks, and here I am targeting these 3 tanks. So in both cases I have the same range. This is short and the same modifiers because all these tanks have short halts. And due to this fact, I will roll for 28 in all cases. First of all here 3 times. 1, 2 and 3. 1 hit. Okay. So Soviets were a bit more lucky. So the last tank scored a hit on the last German tank. And now let's check for the situation. We hit him on the front aspect. So now I need to roll for the location. It is 4. So it's turret front on the hit. And now German Panzer H on the turret front has armor of 12, while a Soviet tank has a penetration of 17 on the range of 6. So this is a hit, and now let us check for the effect of this hit. This is 4, so the German tank is damaged. It was a turret hit, so this turret is damaged. Alright, and now the situation here is exactly the same, so we need 28 or less. First shot, miss, second shot a miss, and third one a hit. So definitely the same situation. We have 1 hit, and now let me see where we hit them. This is front or side because it comes through the... But I believe this is a side. Okay, so this is front side. Now location is 9. 9 in the front side. This is hull side. So we hit him on the hull side, and now this is front side and the hull side is 7. So this is definitely a penetration. Let's roll for the penetration value, and it's 0. So it's 10, so tank goes down in flames, and this is very bad news because all the German tanks are now suppressed. I mean the ones on that on this hex, of course, but even so this will be very bad news. So this one is out, off to graveyard. and the other two are suppressed. Okay, so that's all for the fire, and now movement phase. So now Soviets are moving first, and now they have movement of 2 because they have a 5, but they are on the short halt, so they are changing their facing, and they are spending 2 movement points to move into the scrap, and that's all. Now these tanks, they are changing their facing first. Is this one tank only? Sorry. Yeah, this is one tank. Okay, so I want to change its facing like that. One. I mean, no, this was 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all. And now these, let me check, these are wheeled vehicle, as you can see this W next to the 4, and they pay different costs of movement in the wheeled column, and moving in the scrap will cost me 4 movement points, so I have to spend all my movement points to enter this hex. And that's all for this part of the front. Now here, so they have 4 if they move on the path. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So now I can place a control marker on this bridge because it was captured by Soviets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all. And now these trucks, they would like to enter this roof terrain, but let me check if it is possible. Roof, 8 movement points for wheeled vehicles. This means I have to spend all my movement points to enter this hex. And that's all for Soviets. And now Germans. Here they are moving. They have a short halt, so they are on the road, so they have only 3 movement points. No. I want to change them clockwise, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2 and 3. So Germans are now controlling this bridge. These tanks are moving 1. Now they are changing their facing. 2, and that's where they finish their movement. They are not moving any further. And now here, this truck, I mean this one with 4, unloads its anti-tank gun here. So let's go and let's take a gun with 4, because it was, as you can see, it has command movement, so I want to okay, it will be no, okay, like this. and the vehicle and the truck is not moving itself, but the truck with infantry wants to move. So it's one. Now a free change of facing. Three, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now these tanks. One. Oh, sorry. These are trucks. So these are tanks. 1, 2, 3. And these two trucks are moving 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's all. And well, I believe that since they moved here, they can change the facing by one, and that's what are they going to do. And now these two, they are short halt, and they are also suppressed. This means that they have only one movement point. So they are not making any movement. They are going to stay on their hexes. And that's all for the German movement. And now let's check for them. They are both marked with suppress on. So now they can turn it into off automatically. When in the next turn, if they will be still alive and with suppress on off, they will be able to take the test to remove these suppress counters, but as long as they are on the hexes, no matter with on or off, they are in effect, they affect their ability to fight. So that's very bad. Okay, so that's all for this turn. There isn't much else to do in this turn, so I can remove all the comments, and that's the end. Let's go with turn 3. And now Germans have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15 units. Yes, they suffer the losses, but also notice that they unloaded this gun. So there are still 15 units on board, and due to this fact, Germans have 6 and 9 orders. So what are they going to do now? As for them, I'm going to give them fire command, or maybe short halt. Well, short halt will be safer. This is one command. This gun gets a fire command. These two get a short halt, so these are 3. These two, well, do I want them to fire? I think yes. This won't be easy because they are suppressed, and suppressed provides a lot of negative modifiers, but well, I have to do something, and I will give short halt to them. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comments, so I still have some. And here I'm going to give command. This is track number 2. So let me go to the here, and I want to give this command to this German squad. And these trucks are about to run to the safety, and they need no, they have, this one has no comment because it is not moving. I'm going to unload its squad. And so this truck also gets no comment. It is not doing anything. So that's all for the German comments. And now Soviets. And they are going to fight, so I will give them short halt. These two, this one is going to move. This one is going to move. This tank is going to fire, and they are going to get short halt or fire. Well, Germans were lucky when it comes to the initiative in this turn, so let's go with short halt better. And now that's all for all the comments. So we can roll for initiative now. Germans 33, Soviets 27. So yes, Germans are still lucky with having initiative. So now we can resolve all their attacks. Who is going to fire where? These three are firing here. On each fires on the single Soviet tank. These two are firing on this tank, and same does this gun. These three are firing on these three Soviet tanks, while these two are firing on the first and the second of Soviet tanks here. Okay, so let's carry on. I will start here. For all these three tanks here, one has the turret damage, and it will be used as modifier. So let's start with these two. They are firing with short halt, so this is -4. Enemy is moving, so it's -2. And they are in the light cover, so this is -1. So this is point blank with -7. And this will be 27. So we need 27 to hit, or less. First hit, 88, miss. Second, 32, and miss. And now here, there was 7, and now we have additional -3 because of the turret damage, so it's -10 now, and -10 on the point blank is 0-1. So we need only natural 1 to score a hit. Nope. So that's all for them. And now, these two are firing here. They have -4 for short halt, -3 for medium cover, so this is -7 on the point blank, right? Point blank. Germans, trucks, Panzer G. Yeah, 3 hexes, this is point blank. So this again we need 27 or less. 7 and 68. So we have 1 hit on this Soviet tank, and let us see. This is going to be front side aspect. Let's roll for the hit location. This is 9. So 9 in the front side. This is hull side. Alright. So now we can compare our firepower. We have penetration of 23 versus hull side of 23. So this is 23 versus 23. This is a penetration. So now let's roll for the effect. It's 0, so it's 10. So Soviet tank burns, like in the song of Deep Purple. So this one goes brew it up, and now the tank itself goes into the graveyard. So they made it, and now this gun is also done because it also targeted this tank, and now there is nothing to hit. And now here, these two are firing here. 1, 2, 3, this is point blank, but first of all, they are both suppressed, and when our tanks are suppressed, we get -3. Next, brew up smoke is on the hex from which we are firing, so it affects us. So this is -2. And finally, enemy is moving, so it is -2. So we have -9 on the point blank is 0, 9. So we need 9 or less to hit them. First shot. This is a hit. And the second, amazing! I can't believe it. But yeah, we scored 2 hits in such unfavorable situation. So first one, let me see for the, this is front aspect. So the first one, it is 5, so we hit whole front, and now we are firing from the point blank, so we have 23 and Soviet armor on the whole on the okay. Looks like I took a wrong tank previously, but doesn't matter now. So it was whole front on the front on the front. Yeah, it is 18. So this is a penetration. So let's roll for the effect. This is 4. So the hull of this tank is damaged. And the second tank, it fired on the other tank of on the Soviet stack. It was also a hit. Location is 6. This is also hull. And now let me see for the effect. It is 3. So this one has also its hull damaged. Okay, it could be better. I mean, I managed to damage them, but I wished I would be able to destroy any of them. And now they are firing here. This is 4 hexes range. Oh, oh, oh. But I believe I cannot do so. Why? Let me show you. As you can see, this line crosses this hill hex. It is not crossing the clear terrain, but this hill. And when I am on the hill, I can fire only when a line of sight is not crossing another hill hex. So I would be able to fire here, but not there, because this hex is effectively blocking my line of sight. So sorry guys, but they are done. Now, Soviets. These 3 are firing here, so they have shot halt, so it's -4, and -2 because of the enemy movement. So it's point blank with -6. This means we got 36 to hit. First shot, a miss. Second, a hit. Third one, a miss. So we hit the second tank, and now location, we were firing from the front side. It's 4. On the front side, this is turret side. So we hit turret side of the German tank, and turret side has 8, while the Soviets have penetration of 19. So they definitely penetrated. Let's see of the effect 8. This German tank is KO. So I can place a KO marker here, and this one is done. Okay. So nothing more to do here, and now them. These 2 are firing here, 1 to 1, and these 3 are also firing here. The first 2 on the first tank, the third one on the second tank. So let's start with them. they both damaged, but their hulls are damaged, not their turrets. So this is no modifier for combat. And now they have -4 for shot halt, and -2 for the brew up smoke. No, yes. So this is -6 on the point blank. So this is 36. First shot, a miss. Second shot, a miss. And the same situation here. This is also 36, and first 2 shots on the first tank, 1 and 2, 1 hit, and the second shot and the third shot for the second tank, this is a hit. So we scored 2 hit. First one, they are done on the front side aspect. So location on the first it is 7. 7 on the front side, this is hull side, and German hull side armor. On the front side it is 7. Okay, so no effect. And now we have penetration. Definitely we have a penetration. So now let's roll for the effect. It's 6, so it's KO. So this German tank is KO. I mean, I don't have to place any more markers because there is already one wreck marker, so I don't need it. This one goes to graveyard. And now the other one fires here. So this is it was a hit, so now let's roll for the location of the hit. It's 5 on the front side. This is hull front, and now the effect, it's 4, so its hull is damaged. And now, because its hull is damaged, we have to turn the suppression on onto suppression on again. Alright, so that's all for the Soviet fire. And now movement. Soviets are moving first. They are moving here with all their movement points. They are going to stay here. These 3 are moving. They have 5, and it is halved because of the short halt. So they have 2, 1, 2, and they are changing their facing like this. And these 2 are moving here, and they are changing their facing like this. This one, these 2 moved here, and that's all for the Soviets. Now Germans. So these 3 are only changing their facing like this. This one had a fire command. I removed this command, but it was fire command, so it cannot move anymore. Now these 2 are moving 1, 2, 3. Now they are changing their facing. 1. So it was 3, 4, 5. Okay, this one unloads the infantry. And now, oh no, not here, but there. Sorry. So this infantry is unloaded on this hex. And that's all for the movement. I'm not moving anymore, so that's the end of the movement. And now we go to the adjustment phase, and there are 2 actions I want to do. First of all, this one gets suppression off, and next this infantry gets full cover, because infantry can go into full cover in the adjustment phase. Now, where it was suppressed, morale eliminated. I guess it was here in the markers. Mm -mm. Oh yeah, full cover, okay. So they are with full cover now. This makes them pretty harder to be hit, but from the other side, if they will make any action like moving or firing, they will lose this full cover. So this is very effective to stay out of troubles and, for example, wait for the enemy to arrive and then try to attack him in ambush. So that's all for all the actions. So I can remove all. Yes, I don't have any suppression units. Oh yeah, I have, but okay, they are moved on the suppression off. That's fine. So let's remove all the comment markers, and that's the end of the turn 3. Yeah, that was turn 3. Yes, that's the turn 3. So as you can see, the game is definitely longer now. Let's carry on with turn 4 then. And as for the number of available units, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14. So Germans have 14 units available, and this means they will have 8 comments. Okay, so let's give these comments. Here I'm going to start with short halt. They will have a fire. This gun is going to have a fire. These tanks are going to have a short halt. How many comments? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This one is going to have a short halt. This one is going to get no comment at all. This one, this is truck 2 and it is unloaded, I believe, right? Yeah, it is unloaded, so I can take it off. And now infantry from the truck 1 is going to be unloaded too, so I'm going to give them move. So 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have one more oh, 7. Okay, so this was 7 and I got 8 comments, so I have 1 comment more available. What I'm going to do? I wonder if I would like to unload the gun from my truck too. Yeah, I'm going to do so. So that's all. And there is no comment order on this truck. Then and on this truck. Oh well, they will share it. Okay, so that's all. And now Soviets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 8, 11, 13. So they have 13 comments. This means they have 6 and 8 comments. Okay. So here I'm going to unload from the truck 2 and truck 4. So I have to give comment to move to the units on the truck 2. No. 2. So here and there. Okay. these are two. Now they are close to the many enemies, so no, they are going to get a short halt. They are damaged, so they are going to have a fire. They will have a short halt, and these trucks are moving. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So that's all for my comments, and these trucks are going to have no comment. Okay, so that's all when it comes to the comments, and now let's carry on and see who is going to have initiative this time. Germans 37, Soviets 44. So it is Soviet time to finally gain initiative. That's good. Okay, and let them start fire. And now these these two are firing on the first tank, and the last tank fires on the second tank. So they have a short halt, so this is -4, and they are moving, so this is -2. So this is -6 on the point blank. This is 36. So the first hit, a hit, second, a hit, and the third one, a hit. Okay, so all our tanks scored the hits on Germans. So first let's let's check for the first two hits on this tank. And now this is front side aspect, so the location is 3 for the first shot, and on the front side this is turret side. So we hit him on the turret side. This is Panzer 4G. Turret side on the front side has 8, so we definitely scored a penetration with 19. So now let's see what the effect is. It's 4, so this is damage, and it was turret hit, so this one has its turret damaged. Okay, second tank also fires on this one, and now it was a hit. Let's roll for the location. It's 3 in the front side aspect. It is turret side again. Oh, so all I have to do now is to roll for the effect, because only no damage can save them, because this turret was already damaged, so even if it will be just damage, the tank will be dead. Oh, it's 9. Oh my, does it mean they are burning? Let me see, I believe yes. 9, 10, yeah, this one is burning. Okay, so now I can remove this scale marker. I can remove this turret damage, and this one goes to graveyard. And now the last shot, it was aimed on this tank, and again our location roll. It's 8 on the front side. This is hull side, and now penetration. I believe this is a penetration because it is 19, and hull side is 7. Okay, so now we know what happened, and now let's check for the effect of our hit. It is 3, so it is damage. So this tank has its hull damaged. Not bad. Oh, and there is one thing I need to do. This tank, there is a burning wreck here, because their pals were burnt alive, and due to this fact, they are suppressed. Oh, unfortunate. Now, here. These 3 are firing on him, and now let me check for their damages. Okay, they have a hull damage, so we don't have to worry about it when we fire. So they are firing on him on the short range, and now on the point blank range, sorry, and he's moving, so this is -2, and there is a burning wreck here. So -2 for target moving, and for the brew up smoke -2. So this is -4 on the point blank, so this is 54. We need 54 or less to hit, and the first shot a miss, second shot a hit, third shot a hit. So we have 2 hit on him from the front side aspect, and the first location 8 on the front side, it is hull side. Let's roll for the effect. 1, no damage. Oh, and the second one, it was also front side. 3 on the front side, it is turret side. And now the effect of our hit. 4, this is the damage. And this one has hull damage, so it can take another damage, this time on the turret. So it is still alive, despite three tanks firing at it with very close range. He still survives. Not like he's in the good shape, he's suppressed, and now he has to bring this suppression on, because he was fired and damaged. He's suppressed, he's heavy damaged, and he's on the smoke, on the hex with smoke, but still he is alive. Now there, these 3 Soviet tanks are firing on these 3 German tanks, and they are firing on them first to first, second to second, tier to third, and now -4 for the shot halt, -2 for the target moving. So it's -6 on the point blank. This is 36. So first one, miss, second, a hit, third one, a miss. So only the second tank scored a hit, and now, since they are above, on the level more than them, we will be checking for the armor in the rising part. So let's resolve the location of the hit. This is front aspect, and this is 0. So we hit his truck. So his truck is damaged. And that's all for the Soviet combat phase. So now we are going to the German combat phase. Let's carry on. Now, this gun fires on the first tank. These 2 are firing on the second and third tank. And this one fires on the first tank. So I will start with this gun. It fires on the first tank. This is range of 7, and the location is front. So let me check this because I didn't fire this gun before in this play. Guns 75. So this is short range because it is 7. And now enemy is moving, and enemy is in the light cover. So this is -3, and -3 on the short range is 49. And we hit him. Okay, that's good. So now let's check for the location. It was front aspect. So we got 3 in the front aspect. This is turret front. So we hit him on the turret front. And now how effective our fire was. 22 versus turret front 18. So this is a penetration. And now let's check for the penetration effect. It is 5, so this one is KO'd. Okay, let's go to graveyard. And now, because of this fact, this tank also loses his ability to fire, because it targeted the same target as this gun. Now the other 2 German tanks are firing at the remaining 2 Soviet tanks. They have point blank, they have -2 for the movement, -1 for the scrap, so -3 on the point blank. This means they will have 63. So the first shot, a miss, second shot, hit. So the second Soviet tank was hit, And now let's check for the effect. This is front aspect, I believe. Yes, this is front aspect, so location is 1. So it's turret front, and German Panzer G has 23, while a Soviet tank has armor of 18. So we have a penetration, and now the effect is 5. He goes down. So I don't need to place another wreck. 1 is enough, and there you go down in, well, maybe not in flames, but anyway, he goes down. Now let's go here. This one fires on the first Soviet tank here, and this is going to be interesting. He is moving with shot halt, so this is -4. He is suppressed, so it's -5, and he's firing from the brew up smoke, so this is -10. So he needs to roll natural 1 to score a hit. 70. Nope. This is a miss. Well, you may feel this is pointless, but well, at last he was able to bound their fire. There were 3 Soviet tanks that had to fire at him, and none of them even scored a hit. Now these 3 are firing on these 3 Soviet tanks, each to each. So we have point blank, -4 for the shot halt, -2 for the target moving, so it's -6 on the point blank, so this is 36. First tank, a hit, second tank, a miss, third tank, a hit. So the first and the last tanks score the hits. And the first one, front aspect and 0, so the first Soviet tank has its truck damaged. The last tank, location hit, 5, this is hull front, and now the effect, it's 4, so hull damage. Okay, so that's all for the German combat. I don't have any more German combat to resolve. And now we are going to move. And Germans are moving first because they were second to fight. And now this one has only 1 movement point. Why? Because of the shot halt, which halves his firepower, halves his movement points, and suppressed also halves its movement allowance. So it has 6 on the path, so it will be 3 and then halved to 1. So this one moves here to be out of this brew up smoke, but he has to carry damage with him. And let me place suppression marker above and a comment marker, of course. Now they cannot move. They have a single comment, and this one has its truck damaged. And since one of them cannot move, then all of them cannot move, since they share the same comment. Now this one can move on the 1 hex due to the same effect as before. It has suppression, shot halt, and also it has its hull damaged, so it can effectively move 1 hex. I believe I'm going to do so anyway, because it will get me out of the hex with smoke. And I will be closer to them, so I might be like to fire on them later. So that's all for the Germans, right? No. This truck wants to get out of here, and it is on the road. It has 8 movement points, right? Yeah, on the path. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It goes like this. And now there was command order to Soviet infantry, to German infantry and German artillery. So German infantry unloads themselves on the adjacent hex, and the German gun unloads itself on this hex. And that's all for them. And now Soviets. So they continue their movement here. Here I am unloading something. Yes, I am unloading a gun and Soviet artillery, Soviet infantry. So infantry unloads itself on this hex, and the gun unloads itself on the hex with trucks. Okay, so that's all here. This one is not moving. These three cannot move because one of them has truck damage, and this is the same situation like here. Since they share the same command, then if one of them is immobilized, then all of them cannot move. And that's all for the for the Soviet movement. So now this is adjustment phase, and I can move it into off. Now they are already in the full cover. Now they want to go into full cover as well. And they want to go into full cover too. Okay, so that's all when it comes to the adjustment phase, and I can now remove all the command markers. And oh, sorry, one more thing, I should move it into into suppression off, and that's the end of the turn 4. I think this is a good moment where I can call it a day and finish first part of this playthrough. I think this is going to be a bit longer than my previous playthrough. There are more units, and there are different types of units, which might complicate things a bit. At last, it's going to make a game a bit more longer. We will see. As for today, that's everything. See you again soon.